Let's talk facts. Is suspicion a crime?
Well, no, not.
No, okay, stop then. Okay, stop then. Okay, just yes, you do. But do you suspect? Do you suspect I'm about to commit a crime?
You could.
Yeah. So then don't listen. You don't even know what. Before you go.
Don't disrespect
No.
me.
Designation card. I want to see his designation card. I want to see his designation card. No. You wind your neck in. Off you trot, little piggies.
Welcome back to Operation Audit, the channel dedicated to exposing misconduct, promoting transparency, and ensuring those in positions of authority are held to the standards they expect from everyone else. Today's footage comes from Audit Ed, and if you enjoy this content, be sure to check out their channel using the link below and watch the original video in full. In this encounter, we're at Trowbridge Police Station, where a cameraman arrives simply to record in a public place. What starts as a routine filming session quickly escalates when officers approach and begin issuing demands that have no clear legal basis. The problem for them is that the person behind the camera understands his rights and knows exactly where the law stands. As the interaction unfolds, you'll see the officers confronted with that reality and forced to deal with a situation they clearly weren't expecting. Let's take a look at what happened.
Sorry, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, what is it?
Any particular reason for filming a police station?
Excuse me. Is that the way you approach a member of the public around here?
Yeah, normally.
Alright, well I'm not going to be speaking to you then. Well, what's going on here?
I'm just asking why you're filming.
Because I can. What's your name and number?
First of all...
No, I'm not going to speak to you then. Do you want to identify yourself?
I don't have to identify myself.
Do you want to identify yourself?
You're filming a police station.
Yeah, you identify yourself there. 2541 Jenkins. Yeah? Okay, so the reason I'm filming the police station today is because I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were just coming out to see if you needed any assistance.
Not at all. I'm outside the police station. If I needed assistance, I would have gone in.
Okay, no problem. That's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright.
We're just coming out to make sure you're okay.
That's fine. I'm fine. You're
Okay.
dismissed now.
You don't dismiss me.
I actually do. You're a public servant. I'm a member of the public.
What's your name?
I think you're filming a crown servant, so you need to get your facts right.
I think we need
Excuse me?
to take some details off you. What's your name?
Take a moment to notice how this encounter begins. Before any meaningful conversation takes place, the officers move into position around the cameraman, effectively surrounding him. Their explanation is that they're simply checking whether he requires any assistance, but viewers of these encounters have seen this approach many times before. What is presented as a friendly welfare check often becomes an attempt to gather information or establish grounds for further questioning. The difference here is that the man behind the camera doesn't engage on their terms. Instead, he immediately asks the officers to identify themselves. When the male officer refuses to do so, it raises an important issue. Professional policing relies on openness and accountability, and officers are expected to be identifiable when carrying out their duties. Demanding information from a member of the public while withholding your own identity creates an obvious imbalance. Then comes the moment that changes the entire dynamic. The auditor calmly makes it clear that the interaction is over and that the officers are free to leave. It may sound blunt, but the point is straightforward. Without reasonable grounds to detain someone or investigate a specific offense, the public is under no obligation to remain engaged in a voluntary conversation. Almost instantly, the atmosphere shifts. The confidence the officers arrived with begins to fade as they realize they're dealing with someone who understands his rights and isn't prepared to be intimidated into compliance.
I think we need to take some details off you. What's your name?
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
Well, at the moment you're filming a police station.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
No, listen.
I am listening. What crime?
You're filming a police station.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
And at the moment, for security purposes...
What crime do you suspect me of committing? What crime do you suspect me of committing?
Well, at the moment, you're filming a police station.
And what crime is that?
I don't know what your reasons are.
Sir, we go on what we do know, not what we don't. So what crime do you suspect me of committing? Could you please articulate legislation? If you're not going to articulate legislation, this conversation is over.
Okay, that's fine. If you don't want to talk to us,
Yeah. So I told you, you are dismissed.
There's obviously you don't need to say that, do you?
Well, I'm saying it.
The reason that I'm speaking to you is because you're filming the.
I don't care. You haven't
station.
identified yourself, so I'm not going to speak to you.
PC
So now you want to identify yourself. Your policy says you have to at the beginning. All right.
Right.
Now I'll see your warrant card also.
You're also.
Show me your warrant card.
Hold on a second.
End of conversation.
At this point, the conversation reaches a critical moment. The cameraman asks a simple question that cuts straight to the heart of the issue. What offense is he actually suspected of committing? Rather than providing a clear answer, the officer begins circling around the question. References are made to security concerns and the fact that a police station is being filmed, but none of those things on their own identify a criminal offense. As the exchange continues, it becomes increasingly apparent that the officer is struggling to establish a lawful basis for his actions. The key issue here is that police powers are not meant to be exercised on the basis of discomfort, curiosity, or a dislike of being recorded. They require reasonable grounds linked to a specific matter that can be clearly explained. Yet despite repeated opportunities to do so, no identifiable offense is put forward. The more the officer talks, the more obvious the problem becomes. Instead of demonstrating why the interaction is necessary, he appears to be searching for a justification after the fact. For viewers watching closely, it's a revealing moment. What began as an attempt to challenge someone lawfully filming in public is rapidly turning into a demonstration of why public accountability matters. When authority is exercised without a clear legal foundation, confidence in that authority starts to disappear, and that's exactly what seems to be happening here.
Not at all. Listen, you are not even a police constable. I suggest you hush your gums.
You need to wind your neck in.
Oh, I need to wind my neck in? Okay, so having my neck wound out is a crime, is it?
Yes, it is.
Is it? What crime?
You're being arrogant.
I'm not being arrogant.
Disrespectful.
Listen, and you're not being disrespectful to me right now by running your mouth at me.
How do I know?
Who do you think you are?
How do I know what you're doing? I don't understand what you're doing.
Listen, do you need to know?
At this moment in time, you're suspected for a terrorism offence.
Oh, section 43?
Because
section 43?
You're filming inside.
Is that section 43?
You're filming inside the police
Is that
station.
section 43?
You're filming inside.
Is that section 43?
Stop interrupting me.
I'm asking you,
You're
constable.
filming
I'm asking you,
inside the
constable.
police
I'm not going to
station.
speak to you anymore. Is it section
Why are you
43?
filming
Is
a
it
police station?
Is it because I can?
Well, at the moment, like I say, you can't.
Could you, if you want to articulate legal legislation that says I can't, then I will. Let's wind it in. Let's wind it in. I'm going to ask you a specific question. What you just said there in regards to the terrorism, yeah, are you talking about section 43?
I'm talking about somebody.
No. Sections. Legislation, please. Let's talk legislation.
I don't need to talk legislation.
Do you know it? If you're not going to talk legislation, this is over.
Right.
I'm asking you why you're filming a
And
police
station. If you articulate a crime which says that I am at liberty to give you that,
listen,
you just asked me a question.
For the camera, this gentleman is pointing a camera into a police station.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
there's obviously cause for concern.
What cause for concern?
Well, because of the security.
Articulate
of the police
crime.
station.
No, listen. Articulate a crime to me. What? From who? From who?
As the officer's earlier arguments begin to fall apart, the conversation takes a familiar turn. Suddenly, the subject of terrorism is introduced, a tactic often seen when other explanations fail to gain traction. The moment that happens, the auditor immediately demonstrates that he understands exactly what is being suggested and what legal threshold would be required for such powers to come into play. Rather than backing down, he challenges the implication directly and forces the discussion back onto the legal requirements that govern these situations. What follows is particularly revealing. Instead of clearly explaining the authority being relied upon and the grounds for using it, the officer appears reluctant to engage with the legislation itself. That creates a serious problem because police powers do not exist simply because an officer believes they should. They are granted by law and must be exercised within the limits set by that law. Throughout the exchange, the auditor remains focused on one central issue. If extraordinary powers are being suggested, there should be a lawful basis that can be clearly articulated and justified. Yet the more the officer speaks, the less certainty there seems to be about the foundation for the intervention. For viewers, the encounter becomes less about the cameraman and more about accountability. When broad concepts like security or terrorism are introduced without a clear explanation of why they apply, questions naturally arise about whether those labels are being used appropriately or simply as a means of discouraging lawful activity. The contrast is striking. One side repeatedly asks for legal justification, while the other struggles to provide a clear and consistent answer.
What? From who? From who?
From all kinds of
From who?
things. Any
What are you talking
suspicious
about? Be specific.
behaviour.
I'm being specific with
Anything
you.
that looks out of place. That's
What's
how we
what's
work.
out of place?
A person that.
All right, so I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'll tell you what I'm doing.
inside
I'll tell you
the
what I'm doing.
compound.
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm making a story. I'm an investigative journalist, and I'm gathering content for a story. Okay, there's my reason.
And that's what we're trying to find out.
Yeah,
from
we just
you.
told you. I didn't have to tell you,
Yeah.
but I did.
So that's what I'm asking.
No.
I'm not threatening you or
Yeah,
anything.
but
like that,
you're,
the
you're,
way
but
you're
listen,
talking
no,
is that we were threatening you.
because you're doing exactly what thousands of police officers do in this country. Okay, you come up to somebody expecting them not to know the law, and you start throwing accusations and shit like that around at them.
That you didn't know
Yes,
the
you did.
law.
You came out. You
No,
got.
you're assuming. You're assuming that
Man,
I'm.
you.
thinking
I've
that
got.
you're
What
an
is your
idiot, and I'm
issue?
not saying
But then
that.
why won't you let me finish speaking?
Because you're not allowed to speak.
You weren't.
But I don't have to let you
We
speak.
were
We don't
asking.
have to let you speak.
But then go away. Go back in and do some actual police work.
As a journalist, surely you should know by asking a
just
question,
listen.
you should get an answer.
Do you suspect me of a crime?
Well, at the moment,
And can you answer yes
I'm
or no?
I'm a bit
Do-
concerned as to why you're pointing a camera.
Is
into a police
concern a
station.
crime, sir?
What?
Do you suspect me of a?
like I said-
Do you suspect me of a crime?
Like I say, I'm trying to find out from you
Do
why
you,
you're pointing a camera.
do
into a
you
police
suspect
station.
me of a crime?
Well, at the moment, it's a bit suspicious that you're pointing a camera.
Is
into a police
suspicion a
station.
is suspicion a crime?
No, it's an inquiry.
Okay,
that
no,
will
okay,
carry
no.
out.
I don't need the cops-plaining bit. Let's talk facts. Is suspicion a crime?
Well, no, not.
No,
at the
okay,
moment.
stop then.
We don't
Okay,
deal
stop
with
then.
just
Okay,
crimes
just yes, you
all
do.
day
But do
long.
you suspect?
it's
Do you
a
suspect?
myriad of
Do you
different things.
suspect I'm about to commit a crime?
You can.
Do you? But if you don't know, why are you here speaking to me? Because
don't know if
it's
you're
policing
committing
by
a crime.
consent, isn't it?
The exchange eventually reaches the point where the central issue can no longer be avoided. The auditor poses a straightforward question that forces the discussion back to first principles. Is suspicion by itself a criminal offense? The officer has little choice but to acknowledge the obvious answer. It isn't. In any society that values individual freedoms, suspicion alone does not automatically justify enforcement action. There must be a lawful basis supported by facts rather than assumptions. Throughout the encounter, the activity at the center of the dispute remains the same. A member of the public using a camera in a location where filming is entirely lawful. As the earlier arguments lose momentum, another justification is introduced, this time involving public order concerns. Yet once again, the circumstances shown in the footage appear far removed from the legal threshold required for such matters. Disagreement, criticism, or refusing to engage with officials does not automatically transform a lawful interaction into an offense. By now, the direction of the encounter is clear. The officers arrived with confidence and attempted to take control of the situation, but as their legal reasoning was repeatedly challenged, that confidence steadily eroded. Eventually, they decide to leave without obtaining identification, without taking enforcement action, and without establishing any offense. The contrast between the beginning and the end of the encounter is difficult to ignore. What started as an effort to question and scrutinize a cameraman ultimately became a public demonstration of how quickly authority can lose credibility when it cannot be supported by a clear understanding of the law. For many viewers, the lasting lesson from this interaction is simple. Accountability works both ways, and those exercising power should be just as prepared to justify their actions as the citizens they choose to confront.
Is it not policing
Yeah.
by consent?
I-
Okay, so when I'm asking you questions to try to understand why you're accosting me and you refuse to answer the
I'm
question,
not
you are,
accosting
you are, because
What
I'm
does
just a
accosting
normal
mean?
member of the public. Yes.
You're just trying to get.
No, I'm
You are,
not.
you're
I'm not.
No, just let me speak.
I don't care what you have to say.
Okay,
How about
that's
that?
fine.
Jog on.
That's-
Off your trot.
Don't-
There's snout going on
You're
around
rude
here.
now.
Is rudeness a crime?
Yourself look silly
No, but
because
you're-
you're
Is rudeness a
trying-
crime?
you're being rude to
Public
us.
order
We
is.
don't have
Huh?
to engage
Public
with you. So
order
just
is.
wait.
Yeah, public order. But am I using excessive words or
No,
behaviour?
no,
So then
no,
don't listen. You don't even know what. Before you go,
alright.
before you go.
Don't disrespect
No,
me.
no, no, no. Designation
no.
card. I want to see his designation card. I want to see his designation
Wind your
card.
neck in and get off.
No, 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 no. You wind your neck in. Off you trot, little piggies.
Good.
Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig. Pigs. Bullies. 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 Try to bully me.
The The events outside Trowbridge Police Station serve as a powerful reminder of why public accountability matters. What began as a person peacefully recording in a public place quickly turned into an attempt to justify police intervention through a series of shifting explanations that never appeared to establish a clear legal foundation. References to security concerns, terrorism, and public order were raised, yet none ultimately resulted in any enforcement action. In the end, the interaction highlighted an important principle: authority should be exercised on the basis of law and evidence, not assumptions or personal discomfort. Encounters like this demonstrate how valuable it is for members of the public to understand their rights and remain calm when challenged. The outcome here was largely shaped by the fact that the cameraman was able to confidently question the legal basis for the officer's actions and hold them to account in real time. If you think situations like this reveal a need for better training, stronger accountability, and a clearer understanding of the limits of police powers, let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to support the channel. More importantly, take the time to educate yourself about your rights. Many people are unfamiliar with the laws and procedures that govern interactions with authorities, and that lack of knowledge can leave them vulnerable to pressure or misinformation. That's why we've put together a straightforward guide covering key topics such as filming in public, stop and search powers, and other common encounters, all explained in simple, easy to understand language. You'll find the link below if you'd like to learn more. Thanks for watching, stay informed, stay respectful, and we'll see you in the next one.